So I'll be honest, when I was told on Friday that I was speaking today, I was told you have 10 minutes right before lunch, keep them entertained. My first thought process is, 10 minutes during the part of the day where they're most likely to begrudge every word I say and bemoan every minute I keep them from the buffet that's getting set up downstairs. So I figured, let's throw more fuel on the fire and talk about food. Awesome. Let's start with the basics. I mean, recently Google came out and mentioned that there are actually more searches on mobile than on desktop. Spoiler alert, this tells us what we've already known for a long time. Mobile's taking over. And we expect this gap to increase. There's expected to be 2 billion smartphones in the market by 2016. Oh, that's fun. But why am I talking to you guys about this? Quite simply, mobile searches are local searches. 50% of all mobile searches have local intent. These are consumers looking for a business name, address, phone number, hours of operation, any sort of data that can help them decide where they want to eat, where they want to shop. And what actually makes this even more interesting is that even with the rise of e-commerce, even with the rise of Amazon, even with all these other different sites out there, the vast majority of sales are actually offline. 90% of all transactions occur in an actual store. And what this means is if you're a local business, your consumers are searching on their mobile phone and then actively converting in your store. And it's not just that, and there's a lot going on this slide. I can sum it up really quickly, and it's something you've all heard before. They're not just searching more often, they're searching more places. You know, we're talking about the social networks like Facebook and Foursquare. We're talking search engines like Google, Bing. I mean, the list goes on. Yelp, MapQuest, TomTom. You guys know all these sites. Consumers are searching on all these, and for that reason, it's really important that a local business manages their digital presence, making sure that when someone's looking for them, that the information is actually there and they can be found. We've looked into this a little bit more, and this is especially true in the food service businesses. This is actually, so the graph you see on the left is actually from a study that Exad and Telemetrics did. What really makes the food services industry interesting is it's an incredibly high intent when you search. 80% of people that do a mobile search for a restaurant ultimately convert. And it's not just that it's very intent driven, but actually 64% are actually converting within that first hour. So you have an incredibly intent driven, urgent search that these businesses need to be able to take advantage of. So we wanted to dive into that. You know, what are they doing? So we conducted a survey. What information do they search for when choosing a restaurant? And what listing information actually influences the ultimate decision? And actually, people are searching online for food services more than any other category. 87% of the people we talked to reported that they would search online for a restaurant. And to put things in perspective, retail was second with 66%. And then third was actually entertainment with 56%. I mean, this is an enormous opportunity. There's a ton of demand for local searches for restaurants. And it's not just that they're going online and saying, hey, you know, Google or hey, Yelp, tell me what the address is. They're considering multiple different options. 65% of the respondents actually said that they considered 3 or more options, where only 7% said they considered only one. This means that when they're performing local searches, when they're looking to see where they're going, they don't know where they want to go. They're looking for local data that's going to tell them and inform them on their decision, sway their opinion. They're making the decision while performing the local search. But throughout this process, they're still finding bad data. 82% of the people we talked to actually said that they had found bad data during a search. 37% said it happened more than once. Even though that they're making this process, they're still encountering the problem that we all know, that there's bad data out there. And even though this is still bad data, it still directly influences and significantly influences how they're approaching these decisions. So, you know, we continued to talk to them. 84% actually said that this data that they're finding in their search actually directly to somewhat or significantly influences their final decision. And it's not just that it influences where they're going to go. The quality of the data influences how they're going to interact with their friends and family members when talking about that restaurant. 39% said if they found bad data, it would alter their choice. And another 40% said that they would actually be less likely to recommend it to a friend. So this is why I submit that food service is the most competitive category in local search. And for the main reasons of one, it's an extremely high rates of conversion. When someone's searching, they're looking to actually convert and go and buy something from your restaurant. And not only that, but during the search process, they haven't made up their mind. And finally, this data is very important. So you have these three incredible factors where the local search data is incredibly important to their decision. They're making their decision while looking at the local search data, and they are probably going to convert. So what does this all mean? I mean, at the end of the day, what this means is that businesses really need to have a strong digital presence. It's absolutely crucial. Restaurants need to make sure that when a consumer is looking for you, they actually can find you. You really shouldn't be losing business because someone can't find you online. And this actually presents a huge opportunity. Yes, a highly competitive market presents a number of challenges. But it also presents a great opportunity. It means that with a strong digital presence management program, you can have a very large impact on your bottom line. And there's some really easy ways to start doing this. For starters, take control of your listings. I mean, it's the simple fact that if they can't find you online, they can't find you in person. Make sure that anywhere that they're looking, that they'll find this accurate information. Secondly, establish a foundation. This industry, as we all know, it changes, it grows. Your business is going to grow, it's going to change. Make sure you have a program in place that will allow you to adapt to these changing circumstances. Manage your online reviews. And this is just quite simply, I mean, humans naturally gravitate towards other humans' opinions when trying to make a decision. Online, that means they're looking for reviews. This is an incredibly critical component of all of us. Any one of you guys who's looking for a place to eat tonight, there's a decent shot that you're going to look at reviews. Make sure as a business you need to be managers, understanding what's out there. And then finally, this is what started the whole conversation. Optimize for mobile. This is where they're looking for you. More and more people are looking at mobile, so make it easy for them to get off their phones and actually walk in your store. And excellent. Thank you very much. Enjoy lunch and the rest of your time at Street Fight.